Saturday night, we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Mr. Wall Street, BJ Stanton, Paul Williams is in the hizzy. Good to see you, good to see you. Anthony Conklin, Low. Anthony Conklin, Dana Fortier, KNS Financial, a lot of great people in here as well. Anthony, can I share the news of who you're going to be interviewing? What's going on, Mr. Wall Street? My man Anthony, he's on this scope. He has the ability. He's getting now. I'm excited. I can't even speak. Hey, hockey manager. So my man Anthony Conklin is about to interview Tony Robbins, and right now they're trying to figure it out and stuff. So I'm excited for you. I have another friend here locally, someone I consider a friend, a mentor, and someone I look up to, and we kind of go both way, kind of the same way. She recently interviewed Tony Robbins like about earlier this week. And so getting that interview is phenomenal. Hey, Danielle, good to see you on here. Oh, you watched your TED Talk? Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much, hockey manager. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was my first one. I'm going to give you guys a little secret. I'm pumped for you. I have nothing to do with it. I'm excited. I'm going to give you guys take you guys a little secret. I was in the middle of potentially planning a TEDx event. That's kind of why I didn't talk about it much, but I didn't have enough time. And I'm going to try and do it later on. How can I get your book? How can you get my book? You go to startmeupbook.com. Startmeupbook.com is how you can get a copy of it from me. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, thank you so much, Lo. Take a look at what Lo has there, what Lo has written there. Startmeupbook.com. Sorry, I'm going to write this down. So now I'm gonna share with you. Good morning, Angel Bookshelf. Good morning, everybody. Before I go into what I want to share with you guys today, I want you guys to do me a huge favor. If you like the things that I talk about, do me a favor and share this with your friends and your followers, and invite people into the scope. And I'm going to tell you who I am real quickly. I'm not going to make this a long scope. I have a long Friday, and then I had to be on the road tomorrow. So, I just want to share something with you guys, because this is something on Friday people are celebrating. And a lot of people celebrate on Friday, but they haven't really done anything the whole week. They celebrate on Friday and they haven't accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. They celebrate on Friday and they haven't gotten closer to where they want, right? Oh, thank you so much, Blossom, your soul. I appreciate that. Namaste. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what do you do when you feel like quitting? What do you do when you feel like you're not enough? What do you do when you think you're at the end of your rope? So I want to ask you guys, I want to share some things with you guys, and hopefully this kind of resonates to the point where you can continue your mission and your journey. It is hard to keep running, right? Life is a marathon. It could be a long marathon. It could be 26 miles, 2.1 miles. It could be a mile. Like people's lives, your marathon, your life is your journey, right? And so the people running, the thing is, you got to understand that part of it, you got to continue to run. There are a lot of people who have stopped and are standing on the side of the road, watching others run by, living the life they want to live, having the dreams come to reality that they know they could accomplish. The worst thing in the world for a person, and I'm going to introduce myself, but the worst thing in the world for a person, right? Hey, what's going on, Sandy? The worst thing in the world for a person is to know you had a potential, the ability to do something, and you didn't take advantage of it, because that becomes regret. And regret is something that reminds you that you had an opportunity to get something and you didn't go for it. And that's why you feel like crap. So thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate that. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Hey, Sandy. Yes, I am cheap. She's phenomenal. Stop by, Emily. How you doing, Angel? Nicole. Yes, Sandy is another amazing person I met at a conference I spoke at. She has a great blog. It's Yes, I Am Cheap. She killed she's a debt killer. That's what I call her. She kills debt. And, she got rid of her debt, almost $50,000 worth of debt, in a short period of time, like in a year or two, something like that. Despite not working consistently, like she just really was able to come up with a system to do that. So you got to check her out as well. My name, let me introduce myself to you guys. The first thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is share with your friends and followers. So if you're new in my scope, please share it with your friends and followers. 2 years, that's it. 50K in 2 years. So please share it with your friends. Hey, good to see you, Emily. Thank you for being in here. Thank you, Danielle, for inviting that person. Invite your friends and followers. Share the scope out. Hopefully there's some inspiration and motivation they can acquire from this that they can take with them that's tangible. And I'm going to give you some ideas as to what to do next. Okay. Now, my name, for those who are new, put a 1 in the chat box. Hey, Shan Thomas, I haven't seen you in a minute. I don't know where you've been, but I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you in here this morning. Now, I'm going to share with you guys who I am and then go into the message real quickly. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a CPA in the Washington, D.C. area, and I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan, Business Plan. As you can find it on Amazon, you can find it at Barnes & Noble's, Kindle, Nook. You can get it from me directly, and I'll sign it. And it's an easier way to get started with your business without a business plan. Rather need for that. Yes, at economics.com, I'm also the founder of Economics, where we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. Economics is a consultancy. We work with small businesses where we help them with their mission, help them with their mindset, and then eventually help them with their money. Now, it could be career, it could be entrepreneurial, but in life, there are patterns, and if you can hack the patterns of life, you have the ability to get whatever you want. It took me 3 years to get this book deal. It took me years to play professional basketball. It took me years to do a bunch of things. But I was able to hack the systems of life. I'm also a TV finance contributor for Fox News, MSNBC, Arise TV, China Central. I write for the Huffington Post. I partner with corporate brands in the small business space to help them with their social media. I also work with a lot of other media and podcasts. I do XM satellite radio on the Maggie Linton show. Yes. Well, see, the thing about Fox is when I go on Fox, I'm politically agnostic. Money has no affiliation. Money does not care about political parties. People look at it kind of crazy, but money is money. Money doesn't care about what you do, who you are, where you're from. Money flows to wherever the value shows up to. And that's kind of the idea that I have. Now, I got to give a huge shout out to Andra Bolin, who jumped in my scope. Andra Bolin is a biz boss babe. That's a program she runs. She's getting, she's helping entrepreneurs and coaching and stuff like that. She's phenomenal in what she does. I'm gonna love her scopes. She literally like a straight vodka, no chaser, right? You can get my book right here, Viata. Right here. She is strictly money's energy. It's universal. Exactly. This is where I miss you too, Andra. Good to see you. You can get it. Startmeupbook.com. You can go there and grab a copy from me and I'll be able to ship it to you and then sign it for you. Some of the people on the scope already have a copy. But again, Andra Bolin is killing it in the business. Her scopes are phenomenal. They're hilarious and they give you value. I love her. She's good. Hey, Keith Maurice, how you feeling, bro? I'm going to give another shout out to Keith Maurice. Now, Keith Maurice, he started a website called, playforstuff.com, and literally he's the Black Bob Barker of online streaming. He's the kind of dude, he has games, Periscope games, and you can win prizes by playing, you get points and stuff like that. He's literally the game show network. The Black Bob Barker is what I call him, from Chicago South Side, doing a lot of great things. He has very, very great scopes. They're interesting. A Hockey Manager's in here. That's how I met Hockey Manager, and a lot of the other people were in here as well. Healer Avalora, I'm going to be doing an interview with her in the new year as well, so I'm looking forward to her as well. You just made it back to the shot. Okay, cool. I know you were on the West Coast. So guys, just want to explain to you guys real quickly. What do you do? Allison Kane, thanks for being in here. Here's the question I want you guys to ask yourself. It is Friday. A lot of people are celebrating their weekend. They're celebrating happy hour coming up. They're celebrating Christmas about to be around the corner. But what do you do when you're at the point in your life where you feel like giving up, where you don't feel like you have enough? You don't feel like you are enough to do what you want to do. You have dreams and visions, right? And you can go back to biblical principles. It even says in the Bible, without dreams and visions, people perish. People who don't have a path, who don't have an idea, who don't have a purpose, who don't know where they want to be, when that happens, you end up giving up. So why do people, when they retire from a job, why do they end up dying a few years after? They had no purpose. Their job or career was their purpose. When you see former athletes, when they're playing basketball, football, whatever they're playing, and they retire, they become fat, lazy. They've given up literally on life. They're literally slowly dying. Why? Because they no longer have a purpose. They don't have something that's pushing them forward, right? Your purpose can't be a thing. Your purpose can't be a person. It has to be something else that's stirred in you. Now, ask yourself a simple question. What do you do? What do you do when you feel like you're not enough and you're at the end of your rope and you feel like, you know what? I've been working on this business the whole time. I've been working on this idea. I've been writing this book. I've been writing this blog. What do I do? Where do I go? How come it's not happening for me? This is the question I want you to ask yourself after that question. What's the alternative? What is the alternative? Look, time is passing regardless. So regardless of what you've done with your dream and your goals, whatever you want to do in your life, time doesn't care where you are. Time, just like money, doesn't care. All it's saying to you is this: I'm going to pass regardless. So if you know it's going to pass, you have to continue moving towards that mission, towards that goal, towards that purpose. Now the question you ask yourself is, what is the alternative, right? Now I'm going to share something else simply to go deeper as to how I keep going. Because again, guys, some of you guys know the story, some of you guys don't. When I got this, this was traditionally published. What people don't realize is when I got this book deal, it took me 3 years and over 250 different literary agents and publishers to say no to me, right? And I'm the average person that people say no to. Everybody says no. You don't understand. It's very difficult to get a book published by a publisher. It's very, very extremely, unless you're famous. And then after that, it's easy. So it's either you're famous or you grind. And so what do you do when you're sending emails and they're not being replied to? What do you do when you're sending emails and they're writing back to you telling you it's not going to work, I don't like your idea, go take a hike? What do you do? In my mind, every single day, I had to remind myself that what was the alternative? This is something I have to do. This is something I have to do. Whatever it is you want to do in your life, there's got to be a grind. You cannot allow yourself to rationalize why something is not happening to you. So what people will do sometimes, the people who quit will say, I don't have the money. If it's a certain race thing, they'll say, well, it's not supposed to be for me. I don't have any connections. You can't, exactly, Shan, you can't make excuses to that, because in life, whatever, exactly, the dude who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul was rejected 150 times. But that's how it is. Like, what people don't realize is when somebody gets to another level or gets to that mountaintop, people think it came out of nowhere. The only reason it came out of nowhere because you weren't around when they were grinding, right? And so when you're at the point in your life, Friday's coming, you're giving yourself excuses. You're trying to rationalize why it's not working. You got to ask yourself, what is the alternative? Time is going to pass anyways. Maybe you may have to change your direction. Maybe you have to pull out your ways and find a different direction to avoid the traffic, to avoid the potholes, to avoid all the pitfalls. Hey, what's going on, Camille, the wellologist? Good to see you in here. Jamel, good to see you in here. Sometimes you got to look back and ask yourself a simple question. What is the alternative? Now, here's another simple principle. I want to share this with you guys. Thank you for giving me hearts. Keep giving me hearts. Here's another thing I want to share with you guys. Inspiration and motivation is cool. What people don't realize about me is I am consistently on a motivation tip. Every single day I spend my time. Most of the content I consume all day is information and motivational videos and thoughts and speeches. Thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate you saying that. And the ways of life. I love that. That's so awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to put on a t-shirt. And so you got to understand, seriously. So people always ask me, why are you so inspired? Why are you so excited about life? Look, there's two things. The first thing is I'm happy to be alive. Every single day I wake up, healthy, I'm happy. The second thing I realize is it's a constant struggle. Everything you're trying to accomplish is a grind. So humans, let me go back a little bit. Let me go to psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but again, I spend a lot of time reading. Thanks, Lex Marnicky, for jumping in here. Humans are state dependent. Now, what does state dependent mean? State dependent means decisions you make in a certain state tend to stay in that state. And very rarely do they translate to another level. Okay. So here's an example. I'm going to use a very simplistic example only so it's stable data for everybody to understand. So when you go to a club and you're excited and somebody says, or a bar or lounge or whatever else, and you've been drinking and you're in a certain state, when somebody asks you to do something, you are in the state where you'd say yes. And it would say something like, yeah, that makes sense. I'd love to do that. I'd love to go out to dinner with you. I'd love to meet with your friends, whatever else. But then the next day you look back and say, you know what? Why did I say yes to that? I don't want to do that. One of the reasons is you are in a different state. Your state has changed from where it was when you first made the decision. So that makes sense. If that makes sense to you guys, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat box or put a yes. I want to make sure you guys understand before I continue with that principle. So because we're state dependent, hey, Doc Courage, good to see you in here. Because we're state dependent, when we make a decision in one area of our life, when our brain's at a certain level, right? When our state changes, it is very difficult to maintain that level of commitment and that discipline. So how does this apply to you and your business and like being and grinding and discipline? So when you wake up in the morning or you watch a video or you read a book and someone inspires you, you listen to my Periscope and you get inspired to do something about your business, you get excited. But once your state changes, you go right back to where you were, where there was negativity, doubt, and maybe you could go to sadness, and you're not in the same place. So the commitment is not there as it once was, right? That's why it's difficult for people to maintain discipline and to maintain committed to what they want to do. So the goal is very simple. How do I get my state back to a level in which commitment becomes secondary, right? It becomes automatic. So for me, what I have to do is I spend my time motivational videos. I'm listening to Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Jim Rohn. I'm reaching out to people. I'm watching inspirational scopes. The smart chick is in here, Cynthia Bazin. Follow her. She's doing phenomenal things. Great supporter on Scope. I love what she's doing. She's phenomenal. I'm very happy to consider her a friend. She's phenomenal. She's also on here as well. I listen to people's scopes like that. The wellologists. There are a lot of people who are on here whose scopes I watch as well. You see what I'm saying? Sandy Scope. But I do that because I got to get my state back to where it is, where my commitment, where my effort gets back to where I want it to be. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're at the point in your life where enough is enough, I'm tired, I can't take it, this sucks, right? Yes, there's a state that's both cognitive and affective. So you go to a place like, this sucks, I hate this, I can't do it anymore. You got to get out of the state and go back to the state and to the state where you committed initially, where you was disciplined, where you started. That makes sense. And I'll use another example. When somebody commits to you, you have to make sure that when they commit to you, that they're able to perform in the same state in which they made the commitment. And the same thing happens for yourself. It happens for people you sell. It happens when you try to meet a significant other, someone you want to date, whatever. It's the same thing. You have to make sure, because again, we're all emotionally state dependent for the most part. So you have to come up with a level, right? A level of commitment, where you get to where you can buy in again. That's awesome, Courage Doc. Thank you so much. So, just to recap, if you're at a point in your life, right? Well, if you're at a point in your life where you asking the simple question, well, I don't know why I'm here, this sucks. It happens to everybody. I do the same thing too. I look in the mirror like, can you really pull this off? What are you doing? Is this good or not? Does it make sense? I gotta get myself back into a state where I made an initial commitment, where I get excited again. There are very few people who are consistently excited. That's a very difficult place to be. It's very, very difficult. So for those people who are new in this scope, thank you so much for coming in here. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan, which is a bestseller. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on, you find it on Barnes & Nobles. You can also get a copy from me at startmeupbook.com. I'll send it to you. Some of the people on the scope already have a copy. Secondly, I'm also the founder of Economics, where I focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. Those of you who know economics, it's a business consultancy, helping you take your business to another level, whether it's by increasing your prices, creating systems, and finding out other ways for you to increase your revenue through hacking systems of your life. Using what you already know, your expertise, and taking it to another level. So, and I'm also a TV finance contributor. So for some of you may have seen me on television. I do XM Satellite Radio. I do Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, HuffPost Live, Arise TV, China Central, local stations as well. I do radio as well. I do blog. I'm all over. I'm trying to spread my message everywhere. So, Keith Maurice, the answer is yes, but it's only on Kindle and Nook. So you can get a Nook if you have Barnes & Noble's Nook. If you have the Amazon Kindle, you can get on a Kindle as well. And again, there's no audiobook, and that's something I thought about at some point, but there's no audiobook. Maybe we should do that. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Again, startmeupbook.com, economics.com. Guys, I want to make it clear to you guys. I want you to be so focused on your dreams. I want you to be so focused on your goals that when you wake up in the morning, you're excited. When Friday comes, you are angry. I am angry when it's Friday. Why? Not because I don't want to celebrate and watch football on Sundays and Saturdays. The reason why I'm angry is because my whole week has passed. Have I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish? I got to take a look in the mirror and ask myself, am I committed to what I'm doing? Is my state not where it was when I made that commitment to myself and to my legacy and to the people I want to share my message with? Have I not made that commitment? So here's a perfect example. There are days I don't want to do a Periscope, But again, I get emails every single week from people all over the world who watch my scopes, who read my content, who've seen my videos, asking me questions, reaching out to me for inspiration and being encouraged. There are times I don't feel like doing any of that stuff. But again, I got to get back to a level in which I committed, right? Exactly, Danielle. I want to go back to Monday. I wish I could go back and travel in time and start Monday all over again, right? When you're focused on your dreams can become a nightmare. When you're not focused, your dreams can become a nightmare. Exactly. And so the thing is, I'm looking back, I'm like, man, Friday already? Dang, I had this to finish, I had this to finish. So when I feel discouraged, I got to get my state back to where it's supposed to be, right? Thank you so much, Courage Doc. And so I got an email from a fellow 18-year-old guy in North Carolina who has his second child coming on the way. He works in construction. He doesn't have a lot of opportunities. He's obviously not going to college, and because he's working in construction at this time. And he was asking me, how do I start, a pressure washing business? And I said, look, I go, dude, there's systems in life you can hack. And you got to find out what other people are doing. And so I gave him a list of things to do in order to get closer to that. And then he followed up with another email saying, thank you so much for the encouragement. Your email changed my life. This is phenomenal. If I had not done this, and this, I had no idea where to go, because I'd created a video about a small synopsis of my book. And that's kind of what got him to check out, to reach out to me. But my point is this. I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm not sharing this to impress you. I'm sharing this to impress upon you the importance of being able to find other things and other people in order to help get you back to where you want, where your commitment was. So for him, wasn't so much he didn't have the knowledge. Part of it is not having the knowledge, but I wanted to give him the knowledge that made it easier for him to apply it, right? You can find information for free every single place. But again, you get what you pay for. You can find knowledge everywhere, books at libraries all over the place. But people read, but a lot of people don't apply what they use and what they learn to their life and to their business. Unfortunately, they don't. And as a result of that, they miss out on opportunities. They miss out on living a life of greatness. Imagine if this 18-year-old guy can start a business in 2 years, he's making 6 figures. Right now, he's getting paid squat. Imagine what your life would be like. I spoke to a client the other day, yesterday. He started his business in a dog walking business, right? Within the first year, he got to 6 figures. Why can't that be you, right? And the other thing, he wants to take it to another level, right? And so we're going to work together to take it. I'm going to take his business to another level. Now, my point is this. We all have something that people are willing to pay us money for. So when you're looking in the mirror, asking yourself, why me? I have something that somebody will pay me for. I wish someone would have told me to get my act together. Yeah, tell me about it, man. Astro, tell me about it. Why not me? Why not now? Exactly, Danielle. Thank you so much for support and being here. Why can't he be you, me, us? Exactly. Why that can't be? Why? Right? Many people don't know how to interpret what they read and translate into actionable steps. Exactly. I'm about to go walk some dogs. Why not us? Hey, this is the thing. Here's a quick little freebie I'll share with everybody. When you're providing so much value, people have no problems spending the money, because they know what they're getting is going to be a lot exponentially more than what they're paying. So some of you guys have been on my webinars. You've been on my videos. I do Periscope stuff. I do Google Hangouts. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. And every single time I do so, and there's another course I'm launching, how to grab media attention. I'll share that in a second. Thank you so much, Lo, for reminding me. And when I did how to grab media attention. I did a how to grab media attention webinar. I did 2 webinars. I'm doing another one next week. But I did a how to grab media attention webinar in which I shared with people, right, how I get on TV. I don't have a PR person. I don't have a publicist. I don't have anybody helping me. It's all me. I write a couple lines of emails. I put together a pitch. I create content. I send it to them. They call me back saying, please come in tomorrow. That's exactly how it works for me. There are other people who don't have that opportunity, who are just as intelligent, have the pedigree, but they don't even do that, right? That's awesome. That's awesome, Sandy. And so the thing is, with this particular guy, I want you to remind yourself when looking in the mirror saying, why not me? Why not? No, that's not it, Astro. That was a small piece. People don't even remember me from that for the most part. That was a small piece, right? Because getting on TV is the first part. Being on TV on a regular basis is the next level part. That never happens. And I interviewed all these producers, people behind the scenes, people who produce content. Nope, Bravo did not launch me. Bravo had nothing to do with launching me. So here, I'll tell you a quick story of how this happened. So yes, I was on a Bravo show a couple of years ago. That was just that. And then what ended up happening after that, getting on TV is hard. Being the go-to guy is hard. Exactly. Getting on TV is kind of easy. Being the go-to guy is the difficult part. To the point where I get people reaching out to me all the time to get on television, to come in and pitch. And so, what's your pitch count to the universe today? I love that. And so several years ago, 5-6 years ago, I ended up meeting one of the bookers at Fox News, a Fox Business Channel. All right, hockey manager, I'll see you soon, man. Have a great Friday, great weekend. And so I met one of the bookers at Fox News, and it was through a mutual friend of mine who's a political commentator on Fox News. And so she made the intro. We started talking, and I said, look, this is kind of what I do, and this is what I'd like to do. And I gave her an idea of a pitch. She said, okay, can you come up to New York and come on one of our shows next week? I said, done. I come on the show, I kill it. It's called Follow the Money with Eric Bowling. I come on, I kill it. The next thing I know, she introduced me to another booker from another show. That's how it happened. And she literally said, this guy's good. You should have him on your show. He knows how to say it, everything else. Do they pay you? Nope, they don't pay you to be on. This is the thing. I'll break it down even. I'll tell you some more stuff after that. I'll answer that question in a second. So after that happened, I started asking questions to figure out how to write pitches, how to contact these producers, how to write in a way by using who I am and what I do and align it with what's going on with the current events. Is unpaid, everyone includes. Sorry, exactly. And so that's true, Sandy. And so I take what I know and what I do and apply it to what's going on, so it's easier for me to get put into that. I'll answer that in a second too, Courage Doc. And so from there, I created a system where I literally just write certain stuff, and it's done. And all of a sudden I send it to them. They're like, hey, Bong, this is awesome. Come in. That's how it works. And when I asked them about how many times they get pitched, this happened to me on Tuesday. I asked the producers at the XM Satellite Radio at Sirius, and she said, we get pitched. I get 200 emails a week. She said this, I don't have the books here. She's like, do you want some books? I go, why? She's like, I get sent 50 to 100 books every single week, right? From people all over the place. Just send me books, send me music, send me videos all day long. I get pitched all the time. But again, you're right, Style by Emily. Producers need content. So this is the issue. They can't read all that garbage. People write books and pages of emails. And so she said the reason why they love what I do is because I present an idea that is a little bit different, is a little bit catchy, that can use for their segment. They literally can take what I write, change a word or two, and plug it into their programming. That's why I get on TV on a regular basis. Bravo had nothing to do with it. Everything else had nothing to do with it. Because they don't even talk about it. You watch all my video hits, that never comes up. I'm talking about business, money, the economy, financial stuff. None of that comes up. Nobody knows. Nobody remembers. They see me, but they don't really remember from who I am or whatever. They don't even care about any of that. And if I'm on CNN or Fox or everything else, that's what matters. They're not trying to go back to a different network. They're trying to go back to what's going on. So exactly. Style by Emily. That's exactly it. So to ask somebody else's question, Astros, what about, do they pay you? The answer is no. Nobody gets paid. Stars don't get paid. If you notice how this works, when stars go on television, they're pitching something. You don't go on television for the sake of going on television. You're going on television to talk about your movie, your book, your TV show, or anything else, right? Right? And so that's the reason why that happens. So you're going on there to share something, to pitch something, promote something. That's it. You're not going on there because they're paying you money. They don't have money. TV stations do not have money. TV networks do not have money. The people who work behind that don't make any money either. So when I make their jobs easier, I'm the first guy that they will call, because I've cut out an hour and a half of their production time because I presented them with something. It's not some guy who's the smartest guy in the room. It's, do I present well on TV? Do I look good on TV? Can I have a banter and conversation with somebody? Here's another example. I'm gonna answer Emily's question. Not Stop by Emily's, but somebody else's Courage Doc's question about travel and stuff. Okay, so I did a CNN appearance on HLN's Mike Galanos's show, and I went on to talk about Black Friday. And it was a great segment because I went on and what I always try to do is I try to banter with the host. I don't come on there and say, yes, Bob, do this. It's boring. I want to be memorable. So we started talking and he's like, yeah, I don't want to wait in line for Black Friday. And I said, look, No one wants to wait in line. You've been eating turkey. You're half asleep. You have tryptophan. You're exhausted. He started laughing, like a real laugh. That's what I'm trying to do. And so that became memorable. And ever since then, they're like, "Hey, Bon, you're phenomenal. When we have an opportunity, come to Atlanta. Come on live. Come on our show." And so, and then from that happen, when you do that, it starts to snowball. People see you. You're a new face. They love it. And so now the key is, how do you get back on TV on a regular basis? I present you with content, quick, pithy, everything else. Exactly. Just like Periscope. Engage the host and audience. Exactly. Stop by Emily. I love it. You know your stuff. I know you know your stuff, Emily. I can see that. Really, really good. And so, hey, good morning, Scope Scout. Thanks for being in here. And so the other piece is, do they pay you, Courage Doc? The answer is no. They pay for travel expenses. How much did your book sales go up every time you're on? I'll explain that in a second. So, and then the other thing is this, did it pay for your travel? Depends where you are. It depends who you are. A lot of times the answer is no. So if you are, even if you're a famous star and you live in, like LA and they want you to come on, they're not going to pay for you because they don't need to have you. There's so many stars who want to get on television. More importantly, if you are promoting a movie, you're getting paid to go to that to go to that show. You're being, so if you have, Star Wars, when you saw all the people come out for Star Wars, sometimes, I'll answer that in a second. So for Star Wars, if you have things coming out for Star Wars, all the actors, they're all on TV all the time. They're doing a press junket. So they're going from station, you see them, they'll be like Letterman or whatever the hell now, Colbert and, Kimmel. They'll be doing all these shows in a row. Why? Because it's part of their contract when they sign to do the movie. And the TV just has just as much to gain as the person does. So they're not trying to, it's again, quid pro quo, as Asher said. As for the certain networks, depending on where you live, so this is what happens. They have a list of people, right? A, B, and C list, a D list. And they go through it. And the person who says yes comes back with a decent pitch. They say, okay, great, cool. If you're in the city, if you're available. So for example, I was supposed to be on MSNBC 2 weeks ago, but I was out of town for, it's mutually beneficial. Exactly, DMT. I was out of town, for Thanksgiving. But I was supposed to be on. They wanted me to come on and talk about some stuff on Wednesday, before Thanksgiving. And I was supposed to be on MSNBC, Jose Ballart's show called The Rundown. So that's one of the shows I'm going to start doing a lot more of in 2016. And business, economy, the little guys, small bit, money, that kind of thing. And I couldn't do it. So then when they got somebody else, that's just how it works. And they're not going to, no one's important enough on television for them to go out of their way to bring an expert in, unless maybe you're Oprah. And if you're Oprah, even then they're not going to go bend over backwards. Why? Because they don't have a lot of money. A lot of networks don't have a lot of money. You got to understand this. If you know that, then you'll know how to present ideas to them so that you make it easier for them to want you. So the bigger stations, the major stations, major networks, they send limos. They're not limos. They send black cars to come get you. So you got a black car, it's like an Uber, but a nice Uber, like a nice black car, town car. They come get you. They drive you there. Maybe they get you food occasionally. There's a nice green room. I've met so many people with that. I met Tyrese in the green room at Fox. I've met, so many people in the green room I've met, like stars. I can't remember half of them now. I've met in the green room just because we'd been on different shows at the different times, about to do different things. So anyways, going back to the principal. Oh, Asher's last question. Did I get any book sales? Yes. I've gotten clients. There are people who reached out to me. I've gotten 3 new clients this week from being on an XM satellite radio station. People heard me from across the country, right? And they said, hey, Bong, I heard you on the whatever. You made some good points about pricing. And the thing is this, I'm going to tell you something. I had a conversation I had with Maggie Linton behind the scenes. So with Maggie Linton, she's a host of the show, and she said, the reason why I like having you on is because you give information. A lot of people come on with their books and their programs, and they don't share anything. They say, buy my book. They say, hey, what should I do about this? Buy my book. It's in the book. Or buy my program. It's in the program. And for me, I just give the information. Why? Because there's a level of commitment that's required, right? So buying a book is one thing. Reading is the second thing. And if you read the book, using what's in it is the third thing. But most people aren't going to do that. Right? So I'm okay with giving you information that's in the book half the time, because half the time people may not actually use it. So it takes a lot more for somebody to use information, use the book, and then go hire the person to help them implement it. So there's a whole bunch of things. So I have no problem sharing value. I want to give value. I give 90% of my things out for free. The 10% is what I charge for. So and most people in the business don't do that. So, thank you so much, man. I agree with you. Thank you, KNS. You have to give free info to get people. Exactly. Give some info so people want more. You give you give the what, and then they will pay for the how. Exactly. And so, That's what I try to do. So I go on television. I just share that. And Astro, the reason why I created this course called How to Grab Media Attention. I went longer than I want to. The reason I created this course called How to Grab Media Attention is very simple. I realized that getting media attention, and that can be local. So you don't have to want to get on ABC or whatever else. It can also be your local city. You live in Charlotte, you live in a small town, wherever it is. You can live wherever you want to live, and you can be local. So I know people who have local radio spots and local TV appearances, and they generate so much revenue because people know you. Now here's the reason why that happens. People want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And know, like, and trust is another word for authority and social proof, right? And those are psychological triggers. So when you see somebody enough consistently in a certain lane doing a certain thing, you become more comfortable with them. When you become more comfortable with them, when you need whatever that they serve and offer you, you'll be more open to contacting them and reaching out to them. So if you're thinking, I need a plumber, and you've been seeing this plumber commercial on every single day, all the time, the guy's in studio talking, when you see that, oh, thanks so much, RG Letter. When you see, I love Mickey, I love Mighty Mouse. I used to love watching that. But when you see somebody consistently giving information, when you need a plumber, that's the first person you call, because they're already ingrained in the story in your mind. So it's a psychological principle. So that's why getting media attention, whether it's TV, whether it's written in a newspaper, whether it's in the radio, that's why it matters. Exactly. Like, trust, knowledge, like, ability, and integrity. I probably won't hire the plumber who also does exactly Scope Scout. So exactly. You probably won't hire the plumber who also does lawn service. Why? Because it's not. Is it close enough? Possibly, but our brains can rationalize that. So burn the image of yourself to potential clients, subconscious. Exactly. Just like seeing you. Boom. When you need ways in life, call Avon. Oh, I love it, Danielle. You're awesome. Thank you so much. So that's why I created a course called How to Grab Media Attention. Now, the course is not even live yet. I'm just doing webinars. So if you want to get, I'm offering three free videos that you get access to. If you go to howtograbmediaattention.com, you basically just register for it, and it'll send you automatically the first video, which is about the psychological triggers that I mentioned, and I explain in detail why. And then after, the next video will be the 5-step blueprint that I use to get media attention. And then the third video will be how I create content. So here's an example of how I create content. I use one every single time because it's easy. Say you bake dog treats, and I know one of the guys from Shark Tank who got invested by Barbara Corcoran, called used to be Ryan's Barkery, now something else. Which I think they changed the name. So anyways, and Ryan's in Target stores. Nice. He was a 13-year-old kid. I just reached out to him, and he started sending me dog treats. A phenomenal guy, and I promoted his stuff. I loved him. And one example is this. So 4th of July, right? You're probably thinking, what does a dog treat maker have to talk about on 4th of July? Well, dogs get shy and dogs get scared because of the fireworks. So when the dogs get scared because of the fireworks, they hide in the bathtub. Your family's a nightmare. Maybe they piss in a house because they're scared. They take a dump in the house because they're scared. The thing is this. You have an opportunity to go on television now and talk about some techniques and tips that people can use to help their dogs when there's fireworks. And when they ask you why you know this, you say, well, I sell dog treats. And that's the ancillary piece of it. But again, the goal is this. How do I get on television, media, radio, TV, whatever else to share my message? What email program what email program do you have on my landing page? Okay. So RJ Letter, I'm using Optimized Press. Is the first page. And then I'm using Lead Pages for the launch sequence. And I use Aweber to send auto delivery. Exactly, Scope Scout. So July 5th is the busiest day at the shelters. Why? Because people have dogs that they don't think they can handle anymore because 4th of July was a nightmare for them. But this is where you come on and give tips. Veterans Day, perfect example. You can go on and talk about on Veterans Day. Dogs that service dogs that help people who've been in service or help them with PTSD or people who are sick or the infirmed or the elderly. Perfect example. The dogs run away. Oh yeah, exactly. Dogs run away scared. Yeah, I get it now. Though the dogs run away scared. Oh, that's so sad. You guys both know this. My dog would hide. My dog before he passed away would hide under the bed, and then or hide in the bathtub and just shake. I feel so like, and I had to close the things, I'd cover his ears, I'd hold them. And so anyway, so that's there's so many things you can talk about throughout the year, and you can be the go-to person, and you can do this locally. Look, let me reiterate exactly so, Chick TV. I love it. So here's another tip you got to realize. Big networks are fine. Getting on big TV is fine, right? It's great. But you know where the secret sauce is? You know where the secret is for you guys in your business? It's local TV. Getting on local TV is one of the best returns that I've ever had. I've gone on local TV. I did Fox. I did local Fox News, local Fox TV, as well as local CBS, and I used to do local ABC a lot too. If you go to my Twitter, you can see an example of my pinned tweet. My pinned tweet has one of the most, shared and engaged tweets. One, because I pinned it, but two, I give, within 5 minutes, I give couple tips on being a freelancer. Now, what I want to share with you guys is that I pitched that segment to them. They said, yeah, it'll be great. Please come in. That's exactly how quickly it happened. And so guys, this one last thing I want to leave you guys with is local TVs is literally where all the secret sauce is. I've made so much money and gotten so many clients from doing local TV, local radio than I have from doing some of the big networks. That's it. So if you want to learn more, you can go to howtograbmediaattention.com. I'm going to do that. I never thought of, because I'm in LA, big city. And yeah, exactly. Even a small city, that's where everybody is. The small people still watch, local TV. And the goal is, how do I come up with content? So the third video in my series shows you how to come up with content. I call it the circle of influence. How to come up with content to share your message. Local news, local TV, like the morning shows. It's another thing. This is a freebie. Guys, this is in my course. And I can't believe I'm telling you this. Besides, there's only 37 people, so it's fine. It's in my course. It's the freebie I'm giving you right now, which is literally part of the course, is the morning shows. You got to attack the morning shows. That is where the secret sauce is. Hitting the morning shows and the evening shows, it's a wrap. Because the whole day is everything else. It's like other programming for the bigwigs. So, can't wait for video 2 and 3. Oh, awesome. Video 1 was great. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If depending when you get it, it's every other day. So you can get it like in another day or so. Again, if you want to learn more about me, they have hours to fill. Exactly. Stop by Emily. Oh, thank you so much, guys. And Angel Bookshelf, you got to make sure you register. You go to howtograbmediaattention.com. Howtograbmediaattention.com. Oh, Allison, you did. Okay, thank you. Hey, guys, listen to what Allison just said. She used it's called Circle of Influence. What I just told you about how you take what you do and apply it to other areas of current events. And that's how you come up with content that you can go pitch media. And you can also, here's another secret. You can write blog posts about it and then share that and then put it on your social media networks and then share those with potential producers and everything else. That's exactly how it works. The next thing I got people calling me. Exactly. It helps writing great time. Exactly. Thank you so much, Allison. I really appreciate that. Again, that was a free video. So imagine what my paid stuff's going to be like. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. All right. If you want to learn more about me, you can go check me out at economics.com, EKANOMICS.com. I went a lot longer than I was supposed to. It's almost an hour scope. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I want you guys to have an amazing Friday. I want to empower you and inspire you to get excited again about your life and what you want to accomplish. Get your state back to where it is, right? Be very happy with what you're doing. Be very intentional. Be very deliberate. Melody Meyer, good to see you. Thank you so much for being in here. This is the first time I met you. Thank you so much, Stop by Emily. I really appreciate it. Good to meet you as well. Danielle Boston, rainbows and sunshines. I love it. You're amazing, Danielle. Thank you so much, So Chick TV. I haven't seen you in a minute. I've seen you on my scopes before, but it's been a long time. Good to see you. Thanks for being in here. She's a YouTube guru. I love it. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you so much, RG Letter. Are you on Blab this weekend? I am not on Blab this weekend. I don't think so. Maybe I should do one on Sunday. Blessings to you, Brenda. Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you in my scopes and online. Thank you so much. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should do a Blab as a precursor to the other live. I'm doing a live webinar. I gotta schedule it. I'm gonna do a live webinar for how to grab media attention, because I want to round everything out. And the last webinar is going to be a live one of how to monetize your appearance. I told you guys a little bit how. I told you what. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the how and how to monetize media appearances. And I've told you how I've been able, I get clients. So Thank you so much, Allison. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for using the circle of influence. I love it. I'm going to ask you for a testimonial at some point. I really appreciate that. And guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for following me. Please follow me if you haven't. Share this out if you haven't. You guys are phenomenal. Thanks for the hearts and the love. Let's be great today. What's the alternative?